When you plug your TV into a gaming console, you just grab a standard HDMI cable, and it just works. But step onto a live broadcast set, and well, suddenly HDMI just doesn't cut it. They use something way more industrial.
Right, yeah. Because bridging the professional and consumer worlds requires some, serious and visible technology.
Exactly. So welcome to today's deep dive, where we're looking at a stack of specs and, thousands of user reviews from HDTV Supply to understand how this translation actually happens. Our mission today is unpacking the AJA Hi5-Plus 3G-SDI to HDMI Mini Converter.
Yeah, it is quite the mouthful of a name, but I mean, this compact device is essentially the unsung hero of film sets and live events.
Right. Before we get into the how, we should really talk about what it's actually connecting, because on one side you have 3G-SDI, and on the other, HDMI 1.4. I sort of imagine it like a massive 16-lane industrial highway suddenly merging into an 8-lane suburban road.
Oh, that highway analogy is spot on, actually. To understand the traffic, you really have to look at the vehicles. HDMI is consumer grade. It's great for your living room, but the cables can easily slip out.
Yeah, and nobody wants that on a live set.
Exactly. So 3G-SDI is the professional standard. It uses this locking connector that physically won't pull out if someone trips over it, and it carries just a massive amount of uncompressed data.
So it's cramming all that uncompressed data down into a format that a standard monitor can actually read, like in real time. But the specs mention it converts to progressive formats.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean for the image?
Well, it's basically fixing a visual mismatch. Because some older broadcast cameras capture video in interlaced fields, meaning they draw every other line of the image in this rapid alternating pattern.
Right, like those old CRT TVs.
Right, exactly. But modern HDMI monitors are progressive. They want the whole frame drawn at once. So the converter acts as an incredibly fast translator, stitching those alternating lines together seamlessly. Yeah, that way the image doesn't look jagged or stutter on the director's monitor.
Okay, so it handles this massive visual data and stitches it perfectly. But video is only half the battle here. Because looking at the specs, this device is tiny. I mean, it's just 4.6 by 2.4 inches.
Yeah, it's small enough for a front pocket.
Right. Yet it somehow swallows 16 channels of embedded SDI audio. And then it outputs 8 channels over HDMI, plus a 2-channel analog output. Wait, 16 individual channels into the device the size of a deck of cards? That seems like massive overkill just to feed a standard screen.
In a living room, sure, absolutely. But on a film production, professionals aren't just listening to a simple stereo mix. They have isolated tracks. You've got a boom mic, individual lavaliers on 5 different actors, ambient room tone.
Oh, so they need everything separated out.
Yeah, the director needs access to all of those separate tracks to guarantee they actually got the take.
But if the HDMI output can only handle 8 channels, how does the converter even decide which of the 16 tracks make it through?
That is where the AJA Mini Config software comes in. Instead of just, crushing all that audio together and hoping for the best, the software basically acts like a traffic cop.
Oh, so you can actually route it manually.
Exactly. You plug the device into a Mac or PC via USB, and you can visually map exactly which of those massive SDI audio tracks go to which HDMI channels. It gives the audio engineer total routing control without needing a giant physical mixing desk on set.
Okay, mapping huge amounts of data on the fly makes total sense. But we should look at the financial reality here. Because at $525, you're paying a huge premium for something smaller than a smartphone.
It's definitely an investment, yeah.
Right, so I have to wonder if you're just paying for the brand name here. Like, is it an overpriced dongle?
Well, no, because you aren't just buying the circuit board. You are essentially buying an insurance policy against live broadcast disasters. I mean, when you're pushing a live feed to millions of viewers, a cheap adapter can easily overheat and just drop the signal.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be catastrophic.
Exactly. You are paying for zero latency, rock-solid reliability.
That actually tracks with the user reviews we pulled. We saw people specifically mentioning the distributor HDTV Supply and shouting out their support reps.
Oh, like Rachel and Mike.
Yes, exactly. People thank them for literally saving the day on productions.
Yeah, and that's a huge factor. AJA gives us a 5-year warranty, and HDTV Supply has over 10,000 positive reviews because, in the Pro AV world, equipment failure just isn't an option. Having dedicated human support when a live set goes sideways is absolutely factored into that price tag.
So you're basically buying peace of mind alongside the hardware. To wrap this up, I think it's clear the AJA Hi5-Plus is way more than a simple dongle. It is a crucial bridge that takes industrial data and translates it flawlessly.
Yeah, a silent workhorse making sure the director actually sees what the camera captures.
Absolutely. But it really makes you wonder, as consumer tech accelerates toward 4K, 8K, and beyond, will there ever be a day when the consumer and professional worlds finally share the exact same standard? Or will the invisible bridge builders always have to stay one step ahead? Definitely something to think about next time you fire up a live stream